Oh, it's Peter Door's checking out some eBay. Got some Peter Door eBay shit going on here. Okay. Peter, calm down. Okay, welcome back for another episode of Wanderings of Dawn. Ooh, I got the hockey game on. Just gonna do I think it's gonna be a short episode tonight. Not really much to talk about, but we did. I guess let's get the sports stuff out of it. Hey, everybody, the XFL is back. Amazing. It's actually something that I kind of watch because it's not the NFL. A, B, it's got old NFL players that have dropped out of the NFL or retired, and college football players that never made it into the NFL. So it's kind of interesting to see. And then some of the old coaches and things like Wade Phillips, he's coaching. So you actually have some decent stuff. I don't know. I get more entertainment out of this shit, but at least it's just something to have on the TV when I just need to have something on the TV because I always need multiple screens doing different things. You can see probably in the background, you can probably count at least 4 screens. I have 2 TVs in the way back. I have the laptop and then my main screen right here I'm pointing to. So I always got a million different things. Oh, and then of course I have a Amazon Alexa right here with the screen. I'll hold it up. And then my old, I think this is Gen 3 iPad. I got the iPad Pro 2021 downstairs. And I also have a Sam. I did dip into Samsung. That's something I like to talk about. Maybe at some point. My ideas on Samsung versus Apple. You got to use one of them. I'm not crazy about either of them. I've used Apple for so long. I dipped out of into Samsung and I got used to it and liked it using it. Android, but that's Google. I mean, you got Google on one hand, you got Apple on the other. They both suck. They both are monopolistic. But whatever. You're gonna use one or the other. I decided in the end I liked some of the stuff with Google with Android, but I never had an Android phone, just the tablet. I had a Galaxy Light. I had the small Galaxy. I wanted to just get one to try. And just the problem is once you dedicate yourself to one platform and you get a lot of content for that over years accrued, there's kind of little reason. Eventually it's going to pull you back into that. Even if you try the opposite platform, it's going to pull you back into it because you just have so much digital stuff that you don't want to kind of let go of. Now, I'm sure there's people out there that they use both Apple and Google, Android and iPhone and stuff like that, iTunes and Google Play Store and whatever. And they have tons of content on both and have some kind of way of separate or maybe even double purchase stuff. I've double purchased digital content. But anyway, that's a thing for another time. So I just wanted to mention the XFL is back. I believe, they were supposed to start back on, I think, wasn't it 2020? And then it got canceled because of the pandemic shot everything to shit. So, a bunch of the bullshit lockdowns and everything like that, that stopped everything. But anyway, so that's back. The second thing, I guess, sports-wise, Devils won tonight. Another well-played game. Jack Hughes back since the first game back since the 6th. The captain, Heischer, had two goals. He had a 4-point night, 2 goals, two assists. I can't two goals, 2 assists. But yeah, it was an overall good effort. It beat the Penguins in Pittsburgh 5-2, ending their road trip. I think they're back home. I think tomorrow. It might even be tomorrow. It's the Jets. Jets again. Did fairly well against Canada. Canada's been a series of teams that they've had trouble with in the last so many years. Jets are one team that they've had trouble with as well. Just as I said the other night, they've had a lot of trouble with Midwestern, Central U.S. teams like Nashville, Columbus, who they beat the other night, but they lost to St. Louis 4-2 just 2 nights ago. So yeah, we'll see. We'll keep going. Nothing on the Team O front, so still waiting to see if they're going to be. Again, I don't know how serious. I don't know what's going on with, but I mean, you've got the Islanders. You've got your 2 other Metros, the Islanders and Rangers making big trades, and you're in the pole position right now, doing as well as you're doing. One of the top teams in the entire league right now, after having so many years of failure and rebuilding. And it finally looks like the plan's coming together. And you got to make this trade. You got to get this guy traded for Timo Meier. You got to get him, and you got to get him signed long term. You have the cap space. You have the pieces. There's no reason, unless I don't know, even trying to get the last offer. They can do it. I mean, other teams. I mean, like Carolina, if they get him, they're not even looking at him to sign him long term because they probably can't. I don't know what their whole cap space and everything is, but they would. I would imagine. I don't think they can, but they don't even care. But they're going to have to. You should be able to easily outspend them, out prospect out. Future draft pick them, and outside and with signing as well. I mean, you should be able to do it. So anyway, the bottom line is just keep it going. Let's see what they do against the Jets either tomorrow or the next day. It might be a back-to-backer. Oh, and Tiger Woods, pretty good day today. It was -4, had a -4 round. Well, he shot a 67, I think, after a 74 yesterday. Really glad to see him slowly getting back. Obviously, he's older. I mean, you can't. How much more can you expect him to win? I mean, not like the younger one, but just being. We've come a long way from where he was, where he could barely walk. He could play a round or two and have to give in. I mean, even in the last year or two. But because I love watching him, and just be great for him to get back into some competitive, because he could still win. He could still win at the highest level. I'm still convinced of that. That's what tomorrow. I'm looking. If you look up on my screen, I got well, you probably can't see it really that well. Okay. Oh, there we go. I'll put it up like this. But still, I could try to zoom it. probably can't see it. That's Tales of Symphonia remastered. So I'll be trying that, as mentioned earlier on the SC stream. Tales of Symphonia remastered. I got Hogwarts Legacy. I don't even like Harry Potter or anything. I've never saw necessarily any of the movies. Actually, I do have a couple. I think one or two of the movies on DVD. Never watched them. Had them from back when I used to work in the Suncoast. Never watched them, never read the books. But the game looks fantastic, and you know, uh, just should be something pretty awesome to play and to. I'm glad it's doing as well as it is. What else? I'm gonna try the Ishin, Like a Dragon Ishin. That's one of the two Yakuza. Now they call them Like a Dragon. Here, one of the two that they used were back in a feudal Japan. Feudal. Let's shut off my system. The feudal samurai era, Edo era Japan Yakuza games. The other one's Kenzan, which I have. I have the import Japanese. It was on PS3. I actually have that. And so when they announced this, at first I thought it was Kenzan. It was Ishin, and I didn't know that there had been like a second one. So perhaps however this does, we'll release Kenzan. They'll localize it. So I'll have to see. So anyway, pardon me. I do want to talk about. I did. Of course, I do. I support her. I do want to talk about gaming related stuff I did today. Got some weird people on Twitter, I swear. I don't know who these people are. Anyway, I'm getting weird. Oh, Lord. I scored. Okay. Oh, that's why I got a DM from him. Bizarre. Anyway, I guess people are getting hacked on Twitter or something. I don't know. I'm getting weird DMs. Ease Memories says I really didn't do much today. Went to. I did, however, of note, the big thing was that I finished the last two of the freeform hidden long-term, side quests. The Zara side quests and Mouse's information side quests. I finished those, and got the 2 trophies. So I finished all 4 of them. Got all 4 trophies, and those are completely done. Don't have to worry about them anymore. Yeah, you have to finish the Colonia artifact artifact factory, whatever it's called, that area, and get the Mask of the Moon. Once you've done that, then you can finish those up. The cool thing about Zara, you can now go back to Zara anytime you want. She'll give you a free tickle, and which refills your SP gauge and your extra gauge. So if you ever want to fill it up like after a boss fight, just warp over to Cellray, talk to her, and get to go wherever you're going next, which is really cool. The other thing that I did was there's a bunch of new quests. There's about, I'm going to say, I don't know, anywhere from like 7 to 8 new quests that you can start. And I don't know if these are the final quests of the game, but there's like at each of the 5 main cities. So every city, every town except for the Ruse, the little Ruse enclave. Their little town underneath Elduke, little enclave under Elduke. You can, so there's a couple of them have two new quests, and the others have so it's like a total of 7 or 8 new quests to do. So I'm going to take care of probably doing those quests tomorrow. So all I did was complete the last 2 long form quests, and then start the new quests at the quest board: Kaznan, Komodo, Cellray, Highland Town, and Denon, and start those quests. Then what I did tonight on SC was I said I got to chapter 2, and after you start chapter 2, watch the initial cutscenes, you get control. Even though I'm technically in chapter 2, there's still some chapter 1 stuff that you can finish before you go on. I don't know, as I was explaining in the stream today, I do not know. The first Trails game, when you went from chapter to chapter, each chapter you went to a different region of Liberal. And what would happen is once you left one region and went to the next, so when you left Bose and went to Rouen, for example, that was goodbye Bose. You didn't go back to Bose for the rest of the game. And each chapter had one of each. So I think it was prologue was Relent. Then you had Bose was chapter 1, Rouen chapter 2, Zeiss chapter 3, and Grand Cell chapter 4. And 4 that was the 5 total chapters in the first game. This game's got 9 chapters. The first chapter, the prologue, had a place called, what was it called? Loxel or something. And you never go back there, I don't think, except for the prologue. So far, we still stay in Liberal. I don't think you leave Liberal at all in this game. You probably don't leave it. You probably stay within it in the third one, too. They generally have to do with one country or empire or whatever. Like you have the Erebonian Empire, one continent, or if you want to call it that, or kingdom. So you stay in Liberal. I'm guessing, since there's like 8 or 9 chapters in this one, that you get to freely move between chapters. So I don't think that any one region is actually locked out, because there's several monster entries that I do not have that are boss monster entries. There's 6, I counted them, question marks. So I'm assuming I get to come back here at some point. I don't know that for certain, but there could be There could be other dungeon stuff that are locked right now that we'll be able to go to at some point. But anyway, so we're headed off to Zeiss. Yeah, we're headed off to Zeiss next. We got to go talk now because there's this new black orbman, and we want to talk to Professor Russell. And so we're going to take the airship. So I wonder if you have fast travel in this game. Like you'll be, because in the first one, like part of the story was becoming being a junior bracer and going to becoming a full-fledged bracer was you wanted to travel on foot. Like there are times when you were supposed to get like an airship ticket, and for whatever reason through the story, you were never able to take the airship to travel from one region to the next. So you always had to go on foot through the different paths and checkpoints to go from one region and major city to the next. It looks like in this one we'll actually be able to use it. Well, Trails from Zero has fast travel. You do unlock that. I forget whether it's in I think it might be like early chapter 2 or something like that. But I did unlock. So I'm assuming that you'll probably be able to do something similar, and perhaps in this game eventually. So I don't know yet, but we'll see. So I worked on, there was 2 quests, side quests that you could finish before you head over to Zeiss. And so one of them was you had to help this lady. You get it from the quest board in the Bracer Guild. So you get that, and you had to help this lady basically stop her husband from gambling. So you had to beat her husband in 3 rounds, and you have 3 characters, all the characters except for Chloe. And there's a specific way. You don't have to. You're not actually playing a real hand of cards. It's a set. You have to select certain options each hand, and it gives you 2 options each hand. And there's a set way. It's not random. You're not actually playing. You can play casino games where there's random chance and win medals in order to exchange the medals for prizes. But I really didn't do that. I didn't do that at all yet, actually. This thing is more of a story based, controlled quest where you're actually not playing the game to change. It's story kind of related. So yeah, it depends on whether you chose Agate or whether you choose Sherazade to determine exactly how which option to pick in each of the 3 rounds, and you'll beat him. And you beat him, you talk to the wife, and then you can go turn that in and get extra money. And then the other one was a hidden quest, and on that hidden quest, it's basically it's not a murder. There's one of the 2 candidates running for mayor had one of his cohorts, his cohort, but campaign people knocked out, and it's a whole murder mystery in the hotel where you basically got to walk around and talk to different people to unlock details of what happened and to figure out who's got an alibi, who doesn't, and to finally find out who exactly it was. And it turned out it was the candidates. What was his name? Hubert, or no, I can't remember his name now. His son, Bell did it, but it was an accident. So anyway, so you go through that. We turned those in, and I turned those both in and got, I think now I'm at 54 points out of 380. And that's, so far at this point, that's a perfect, I got a perfect run so far with bracer points. So that's good. So that was pretty much it. We'll see tomorrow. I'll probably be doing some other related stuff, like some of those other new games. And I also have the Octopath Traveler 2 demo, which I didn't even touch yet. I got to get that. And I may get the Bill and Ted's, even though as bad as I've heard they are, that collection, because I never had them. I never played them. So anyway, I just wanted to end the show real briefly. One of our the oldest living president, or ex-president, Jimmy Carter, has gone into hospice. So he's whatever ailment he's got they're deciding it's to do no more medical treatment and live at home with hospice care. So it's sadly pretty much it sounds for him. So I just want to say a quick Our Father for him, and to pray for him, no matter what his future holds, whether he has a miraculous comeback or whether it's time to have a happy death. Let's pray. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you for being here, checking out this episode. I'll see you again, maybe tomorrow, maybe in a couple days, maybe in 3 weeks, or a month, or 10 months. Who knows? But I'll see you. Have a good night, and may the Lord be with you.